Imagine this. You're miles from civilization. A storm is approaching. The wind howls through the trees, and you're racing against the clock. Your survival depends on this bag. But something's gone terribly wrong. You forgot the one thing that could mean the difference between life and death. A mistake you can't afford. Before we dive into what went wrong, let's take a moment to understand what a bug-out bag really is. It's more than just a backpack. This is your lifeline when disaster strikes, packed with everything you need to survive for at least 72 hours in the wilderness or an emergency. When the world falls apart, your bug-out bag is the key to your survival. Here are the essentials. You've got your basics: fire, water, shelter, and tools for protection. Each item in this bag should serve a critical purpose, ensuring you're prepared for any situation. But as we'll soon see, even a perfectly packed bag can fail you if you overlook just one small thing. You may think you've got it all, but one forgotten item can change everything. Stick around to find out what he missed, because it could be the very thing you're forgetting in your own bug-out bag. It's easy to think that the essentials are obvious. We all know we need food, water, and a way to make fire. However, the nuances of survival gear often elude even the most prepared individuals. Now imagine this scenario. You're in the middle of nowhere. You've been walking for hours, you're miles from safety, and nightfall is just around the corner. The wind is picking up, and you feel the first drops of rain. This is the moment your bug-out bag was made for. The rain starts to pour down harder, and you can feel the chill in your bones. You're cold, tired, and starting to lose daylight. You know the clock is ticking. Soon, the weather will turn deadly, and you have to act fast. You unzip your bag, expecting to find everything you need. Then, it hits you. You can't find it. The one item you knew you needed. It's not there. What did he forget? And what would you do in his situation? Could you survive the night without it? Could you keep your wits about you while the storm rages on? It only takes one forgotten item to turn a survival situation into a life-threatening ordeal. In this case, he forgot something as simple as a fire starter. Without it, there's no way to stay warm, no way to signal for help, and no way to boil water for drinking. In a survival scenario, fire isn't just a convenience, it's a necessity. It provides warmth, protection, and a way to purify water. You need fire to cook food, to stay warm, and to keep predators at bay. And yet, in the rush to pack his bag, this one crucial item was overlooked. Imagine shivering in the cold, with nothing but the sound of the storm around you, wishing you had packed just one more essential item. It's not just the fire starter. What about dry socks to prevent hypothermia? Wet socks can lead to serious issues, including trench foot, and you might not realize how critical something as simple as dry socks can be until it's too late. A tarp for shelter is another item that can mean the difference between life and death. In extreme weather, having a dry place to rest can keep you alive through the worst of storms. A backup blade? Essential for countless tasks, from preparing food to building a shelter. It's the small, simple things that often get forgotten, and those are the items that will come back to haunt you when you need them most. So, how do you make sure this doesn't happen to you? It's all about preparation. Your bug-out bag isn't something you pack once and forget about. It's something you need to constantly check, update, and adapt to your environment. Just like a seasoned camper checks their gear before each trip, you should always ensure that your bug-out bag is in top condition. Before every trip, lay out your gear. Check for anything missing, anything damaged, or anything outdated. Make sure everything is clean and functional. Test your tools, replace items that have expired, and always pack backups for your most essential survival needs. If you have a fire starter, have a backup. If you have a knife, ensure it's sharp and reliable. You never want to find yourself in this situation: cold, wet, unprepared. The consequences of being unprepared can be dire. Double-check your pack before you leave, because once you're out there, there's no turning back. The wilderness can be a beautiful place, but it can also turn deadly if you're not equipped to handle it. If you're serious about survival, then you already know how critical it is to be prepared. But here's the truth. Even the best bug-out bag won't save you if you don't know what to pack or how to use it. You can have all the right gear, but without the knowledge of how to effectively utilize it, you're still in danger. That's why we've put together a collection of essential ebooks and survival gear designed to help you take your prepping to the next level. Whether you're just starting out, or you've been preparing for years, these resources will give you the knowledge and tools to survive anything. Knowledge is power, and in survival situations, it can mean the difference between life and death. Click the link in the comments below to check out our top survival gear picks and get access to ebooks that will teach you everything from building a bug-out bag to wilderness survival strategies. It's time to be truly prepared. The night has fallen. The cold has set in. Without a fire, the situation has become critical. All because of one small mistake, something you might not even think about until it's too late. Imagine the darkness creeping in as you sit, shivering under the trees, wishing you had packed just a few more items to ensure your safety. In survival, there are no second chances. You can't afford to forget. You can't afford to assume you'll figure it out later, because later may never come. At the end of the day, survival isn't just about what you pack. It's about how prepared you are. The more you practice, the more you plan, the better your chances of survival. Preparation is key. You need to ensure that you can rely on your gear and skills when the time comes. Don't wait until it's too late to learn these skills. Start today. Double-check your gear, learn from mistakes, before they cost you everything. And remember, the best way to stay prepared is by constantly improving your knowledge and your tools. Don't let the elements get the best of you. Click the link in the comments for access to survival gear recommendations and ebooks that will help you avoid the mistakes we've seen here today. Your life, your future, depends on what you do next. Let's delve deeper into the significance of each essential item in your bug-out bag. Starting with fire, which is not just a comfort but a vital necessity. Imagine that beyond the cold, you encounter a wild animal. Fire provides not only warmth but also serves as a psychological barrier against predators. The light and heat it emits have the power to deter unwanted creatures, making the environment safer. The lack of a fire starter could lead to a situation where you cannot cook, heat your food, or purify water. A simple lighter or waterproof matches are essential, but don't forget to include an alternative method, such as a ferrocerium rod. Next, let's talk about shelter. Many people underestimate the importance of having a safe place to protect themselves from the elements. A tarp or a poncho can make the difference between surviving a storm or being exposed to rain and wind. When the body is subjected to adverse weather conditions, hypothermia can set in rapidly, leading to fatal consequences. Additionally, shelter helps retain body heat, creating a microclimate that can make all the difference. Consider bringing ropes or paracord, which can be used effectively to set up your shelter. Moreover, do not underestimate the importance of food and water. While you can survive without food for a few weeks, the absence of water can become critical within days. It is essential to include a water filtration system in your bug-out bag, such as a portable purifier or purification tablets. But what about food? Energy bars, dehydrated meals, or freeze-dried food are lightweight options with high calorie density. Remember to include a way to cook, whether it's a small aluminum pot or a makeshift fire. Now, let's discuss security. A knife or multi-tool is an indispensable item. In addition to being used for cutting and preparing food, it can be a crucial tool in emergencies. A well-sharpened knife is vital for building shelter, making traps for food, or even for self-defense. One detail that many people forget is blade maintenance. Always keep your knife sharp and protected to ensure its effectiveness. When it comes to navigation, don't rely solely on electronic devices. Include a compass and a map of the area you plan to explore. Technology can fail, especially in emergencies, and knowing how to navigate manually can be a valuable resource. Learning to read maps and use a compass can not only save your life, but also help you find your way back to civilization. In an emergency situation, knowledge becomes your greatest ally. Taking survival courses can enhance your skills and boost your confidence. Learning about edible plants, water purification techniques, and first aid skills can be just as vital as any item in your bug-out bag. Never underestimate the power of being mentally prepared for what lies ahead. Finally, the maintenance and updating of your bug-out bag cannot be overlooked. Each time you use your gear, take a moment to check if everything is in order. Replace items that are nearing their expiration date and update your kit as the seasons and environments change. A good habit is to review your bug-out bag every season, ensuring that you have everything you need for your next adventure or emergency situation. One important conclusion: Preparation is not just a one-time activity. It is an ongoing commitment to your safety and well-being. Don't wait until an emergency arises to realize that you are unprepared. Every step you take in preparation today can make a difference tomorrow. Invest time and effort to educate yourself and equip yourself, because survival is a game of planning and practice. Lastly, remember that in the world of survival, there are no guarantees. There will always be an element of surprise. However, being prepared can give you the confidence needed to face any challenge that comes your way. The true power lies in being ready to act, and that begins with a well-equipped bug-out bag and a prepared mind. If you enjoyed these tips and want to dive deeper into the topic, don't forget to check out our ebooks and gear recommendations in the comments section below. Preparation is the key to survival, and now is the time to start.